Hey guys, PsyStarcraft here with another commentary, and before I get into things, I want to shout out to a lot of people here for their generous donations. First of all, Andreas, Big Boss, aka Gustavo, Anton, Brad, Kawazo, aka Tobias, David, Alex, who says he loves me, Mech, aka Jamie, and forgive me if I pronounce this wrong, K Young Hyun, who donated in an increment of 69 cents, 0.69 cents, and X amount of dollars. But thanks to all of you guys for donating to the Psy quit his job and now is trying to run on StarCraft fund. Hopefully it'll allow me to get you a lot more videos and higher quality videos. But enough of that. Thank you all for your donations. I'll be sure to add you in the description. We've got Psy in the east corner against Fu, the red Terran, in the west corner on Metalopolis, and you'll see I did go for a 9 Overlord as usual, and nothing too crazy coming from Fu either. Now, if you guys are Zerg players, which you most likely are because you're watching my video, you need to check out this forum post by, I believe it's Slush or Sheth, I forget, but he has a very, very nice, somewhat comprehensive guide to Zerg play, you know, what build orders you can use against different races on different maps, and I went over it, and a lot of it I knew, but a lot of it was new to me, and I really thought it was quite helpful, so I'll add that as a link in my description as well. Be sure to check it out. It is very long and very descriptive, so good stuff right there. Getting a gas at 14 rather, and then pumping another drone after that to put down my pool at 14 as well. And what this early gas will do, as long as you saturate it when it gets up, is allow you to get your Zergling speed immediately after your spawning pool finishes. I might be a couple gas short just because I forgot to saturate it initially, but just a small little mistake. SCV now scouting as well as my drone. I like to send out my drone when I get 2 drones at 10. So after my Overlord pops at 10 and I start the next 2, I like to send one of those to scout. So scouting a little bit, just checking for any kind of Reaper harass. And looky here, what am I seeing? 2 fast gas. So I know something's up. Fast gas usually means either Banshee or mech, like heavy mech, like a tank push with Marines or something like that. So I'm just going at this SCV right now. Might get a kill here. Oh, he's got 2 hits left. 1. Oh, come on, drone. Oh, no, looks like he's going to skitter away. His SCV is, and I'm going to try to get out with this drone, but he did it all off, so it's always a shame to lose this initial drone, but, you know, he did his job. I kind of know what to expect a little bit, so hopefully I'll be able to prepare for it. Running around in circles, and now I'm just doing some base macro. You're going to see this guy stop and die. So, first 2 lings are out. So always want to get some control of the map. If you're going to get this ling speed, it's always great to have, you know, 6 or more lings, maybe 4, 6 or more, to just control the maps, camp them outside of your opponent's base, and just be ready for any attack he might throw at you or any scouting SCVs he wants to send out. You want to take those out right away. Maybe put 1 on each of the towers as well. In cross positions, these towers are so important to see any incoming attacks. Now, because we are cross positions, because I did scout him very fast and see that we were cross positions, I pulled off my 3 drones off of the gas to get some minerals because I wanted to prepare a fast expansion. So you see I already have my fast expansion going, and right now after my initial, let's see, 3 lings, I think one of them got killed, I am now learning how to speak apparently. I can't even remember what the fuck I was gonna say. What the hell is this? That's really weird. Oh, I'm pumping drones non-stop. Yeah, that's what I was going to say. So you see I'm at 20 to 21 against a Terran player. Not too bad at this early stage. 4 more lings coming out. And if we look at this side at Fu, he's pumping out a couple Reapers. And I do see this Reaper with my ling on this tower. So I did see these, and I am prepared for him. And when I see him running across, if we look at my vision, I see him running across, and I'm going to go ahead and meet that Reaper, because this Overlord sees it as well. Looks like he's going to backtrack, and I was running my lings in, but then I saw him come back, so I decided to go back myself. Now, meanwhile, in Fu's base, that was a mouthful. Not the first time I've said that. He is getting a starport, he's getting a barracks, and he's got 1 Hellion out. So this quick starport with this Hellion being produced likely means some kind of drop is going to happen, likely a Hellion drop. Pretty effective on this map just because there's this area down here that you'd have to scout. And in the cross position, it's very versatile. It's very mobile, I suppose. Two Reapers aren't going to do squat just because I did scout with that scout tower, with that watchtower. 1 Reaper going down, the other one isn't likely to try to pursue anymore. Looks like he did research the jet packs, the nitro packs for these Reapers as well. So already looking pretty good in my favor this game, just because he wasted all that money on 2 Reapers, 2 or 3 Reapers, and the jetpacks as well, which is the cost of another Reaper. First medevac is out. We've got 3 Hellions. Look like he's going to go with 3 just because he did cancel that last one. Yeah, so he's going to be going all the way up, all the way around here and dropping into my base. And I don't know if I would have been able to see it if I had a watchtower. I don't think I would have been able to. This Reaper being very annoying, hopping all over the place. But my expansion is up. My saturation is amazing. 35 right now to 28 of his. And now I'm preparing my gas. I just now got more than 1 geyser because you need that early minerals like mad to pump out the mass drones. And I'm going to be putting down a spire now. In my expansion, I do have 2 queens. I got 2 queens at my main and expansion. You can see my second one training in preparation for any kind of Banshee play because it's so difficult to scout. I should have moved this Overlord up here and snuck him in and seen exactly what he was doing, but I am completely unprepared for this Hellion drop. He's just going to drop him in, walk into my probe line, and just wreak havoc on everything. Look at this. Do not panic in this situation. Do not pull your drones away and harvest them all on 1 mineral, which I kind of did right there. Oh my gosh, they're so clumped up. You want to just attack command with your drones in a lot of cases, especially when it's so cramped up like that. So let me just do that one more time. See how I lined up all my drones perfectly for him? And when I sent them back, they weren't as lined up until they got little clumped right there. But never want to right-click 1 mineral patch or right-click 1 extractor with your drones. You want to try to spread out 4 or 5 or 3 or 4 one direction, 3 or 4 another direction, or at least just give them the attack command. So I was very lucky to come out of that with very minimal losses, 34 to 30 still. So the game is looking in my favor. That's you can kind of estimate how the game is going to go from the point where the Terran makes their first move. And he banked a lot on that first Hellion harass, and it didn't really do anything, so I'm in great position. He's just now got his command center up, and I'm already running off 2 bases and saturating even more. After that initial Hellion harass, I don't really expect any quick follow-up attacks. He doesn't really have anything to use anyway, just 6 Marines and some Marauders, so looking pretty good right now. Saving up some minerals and some gas for these mutas, which I will be pumping here in a second. A little bit heavy on minerals. I could stand to expand another time right now. Getting the armor upgrade for my spire. The armor, I like the armor against Terran just because Marines do lots of small damage and Thors actually shoot 4 missiles, so you're going to be reducing each one of their volleys by about 4 damage. I don't know if it reaches a break point where it'll require a Thor to shoot you an extra time or not, but yeah, I guess I need to do a little bit of research on that. Baneling Nest is up, very strong with Muta support. Mutas are strong with Baneling support, I should say. And going to go in for a little bit of harassment, going to pick off that mule real fast, and that was awesome because he had just dropped that mule. You could see the timer on that mule, so losing a lot of minerals there. That was effectively about 300 minerals I just killed. Third expansion is going up, and I do not yet have any intel in his base. This Overlord should at least run up into the base here, and I should be getting speed or an overseer. Okay, I do have speed, but I'm not utilizing the speed to do any scouting at this point. Just a couple of mutas. They're going to be able to get the job done, fortunately. And just look how well saturated I am. 58 to 41. 58 it's almost too many drones. Luckily, when this does complete, I can do a transfer if I remember to do that. Overlord just kind of hanging out up here. Still has some lings on the towers. And I did send an Overlord up here to scout out any more drops he might attempt. So here come the mutas. He is a little bit prepared. He's got a Thor in the mineral line, so that's pretty good. But I was able to get some scouting reports, so I saw Thor, so I was thinking, okay, against Thor, get roaches, and you'll notice right away, bam, Roach Warren, bam, Evolution Chamber, just because you're going to want upgrades eventually, even if you don't plan on heavy training of a specific unit. Just kind of pushing around with my mutas right now. I think I was able to pick off an SCV right there. He's got his base pretty well saturated, his harvester count just below mine. But my third base is up, and with this third base, I'm going to be going for gas first. Gas is just so important as Zerg, and once you are able to run off this third base for a couple of minutes with the gases, you're in great position as Zerg because you can basically train whatever you want, however much of it you want to. So I've got quite a few mutas right here, 11 mutas. He still only has 1 Thor and a handful of infantry right here. Looks like he might be pushing out to prepare a third expansion or come around the back and maybe drop this side or come around from this side when I'm not expecting it. Hard to tell what he's doing right now, but I will be able to catch him off guard here and snipe a couple SCVs. 1 SCV going down. And 2 SCVs going down. And this is so annoying because I'm not only killing these SCVs, I'm stopping his his tech switch, or him getting lots of barracks, or barracks. I don't know if there's a plural of that. I don't think there is. And that's very, very strong in my favor, because Marines are annoying against mutas, unless you have a bunch of banelings, which I will be having pretty soon here. I already have my centrifugal hooks. Centrifugal or centrifugal? Centrifugal. Whatever. Expanding my creep tumors. Everyone says I need to use creep tumors more. I'm working on it. More mutas dinking in the southern part of his base. Going to be able to pick off a reactor here, and all of his forces are out and about. Look at that. He is going to be ready to prepare for an attack, killing one reactor, and I see these men approaching, so I'm going to fly back as fast as I can and just engage with these other forces, the banelings, the zerglings, and I even have a couple of roaches. If you see, I am producing 4 more mutalisks, lots of upgrades, roach speed, missile attacks 1, flyer attacks 1, and some banelings, 24 more zerglings, continuing to inject on every single one of these hatcheries. I should actually bring 1 queen, 2 queens down, there's that other one, down here and help support. Maybe I can get a transfusion in on some of those mutas, but right now he is very, very far behind, especially in harvester count. 10, not doing too bad actually. But if we look at the unit composition, 161 to 133, and I've got so much more in army size than he does. And these, again, this Zergling on the tower is able to see exactly where his force is at. So this is where I'm going to take my time with some mutas and do a little bit more sniping. Snipe 1 SCV, 2 SCVs. And look at this, I've supply locked him by sending in these simple mutas for a little bit of harass. He has no food supply except from what I kill in SCVs. So able to do a lot of damage right there to his supply. He did get another supply depot. He probably called down, as a matter of fact. Nope, looks like he was just training him elsewhere. But, oh my gosh, I did see that he was approaching me as my mutas were in his base. So he's going to be coming. I'm going to get my mutas back and just run everything into his army. Nice mixture of banelings, zerglings, and roaches here. And he just isn't going to be able to avoid all these banelings. Watch those 4 in the front. One of them connects, and they are just rolling through everything. Mutas coming to reinforce. And those roaches, zerglings, this army was just much, much bigger than his. Even if he had a different type of army with the same amount of food, it just wouldn't have mattered. He's so far behind at this point. My 3rd base is up and running on that gas. Don't really need the minerals too much, and I even have a 4th coming. And this is the kind of scan that means, okay, this guy just raped me. I want to know why he raped me. And he scanned my base, and he's probably thinking, okay, well, he's had that base for a while. That allowed him to outproduce me, so just trying to extinguish any of the mystery behind this loss of his, I suppose. Mutas, roaches swarming in and cleaning up. Mutas getting a little bit out of position, getting attacked by that Thor. Zerglings and roaches running up the ramp, gonna pick off that Thor while some of them focus down this orbital command down here. Poor guy's twitching like crazy. And that's gonna be it, you guys. Not really a Terran mech game, a Terran Thor infantry game with a little Hellion drop right here, but be prepared for anything a Terran would send at you. So stick some overlords up here on Metalopolis. Always try to control the towers, just kind of line the map with the overlords. But I hope you guys like that game, and as always, thanks for watching, and thanks to everyone who donated.